Rejoice, dear children, for the gifting event is now cancelled. Cheers. We've got the tea. Peppermint tea, not the tea that I think a lot of people would think, hey, British, you must drink the tea. No, I don't drink that kind of tea. Peppermint tea all the way, herbal teas and all that kind of stuff. Right, we've got to get to the point. What's the point? And that is that the gifting event is no more. Look, at the end of the day, regardless of how people thought about this, it's just been terrible for years, to be honest, and it's been something that, you know, Kabam have not been able to deal with. I think this is basically Kabam admitting defeat in the first instance, them going like, right, sorry, we can't make this safe, right, and that's them giving up, and it is what it is, okay. And I'm sure that people from Kabam would kind of disagree with that one, but the fact is there are ways that they can deal with stuff, especially the first thing. The first thing is to talk about scammers. Track scammers. We handled hundreds of support tickets surrounding proposed trades that became one-way trades before one party would disappear and want to protect our players, ensure the target, blah, 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 behavior. Okay, so the way that they deal with that is put in something of a system. With it like a trade system within the game. We're not talking about like you trade one gift for another, but the same way that like other games like World of Warcraft, in bloody Pokemon, for God's sakes, when you're trading Pokemon and RuneScape, they've got the means and facilities within those games to have a trading function where one person puts one thing in, the other person puts another thing in, one person presses to accept it, the other person accepts it, and then once both accept it, the trade then completes. That's how you do it. That's the trade system. And they could put something in there, but they don't want to do that. Okay, fine. The second one is more kind of like legit and legit reason why they can't deal with that, and the extent of fraudulent means, ill-gotten gains. There is just so much ill-gotten gains with this, and I will be honest, like from seeing a few other like points from other players, it's like there's so many fraudulent accounts and bot accounts within Marvel Contest of Champions all year round. It seems like obviously when it comes to monetary and a rank-based system, rank-based reward system, we've got to take this one more seriously. But look, and again, going back to the serious side of things, is that if you had watched the video I did, I think it was last year, on the gifting event returning, and should it, we had Ghost Dog do a little bit of a kind of a snippet of an interview. He works in the banking industry in the US, and said that a lot of the stuff that he dealt with were people getting, you know, defraud, like the fraud stuff, and like we're talking about pensioners losing money. We're talking about real people losing money because somebody decides, hey, let's just create some credit cards and kind of like then like buy a load of stuff in game and then ship it and then like, you know, just then waste the credit card, and then it's a case, and they bring it out in people's names. They also like not docs, but they replicate it. They replicate the credit cards of people's, and then they kind of lose that money by that means. And it's like it's such a like terrible thing, but people do that. There's also like fraudulent accounts, fraudulent websites, third-party sites, and this is basically all about like tackling those in the best way possible. Also, people creating bot accounts for the purpose of selling on those cheaper graded gifting crystals to players. And apparently, and according to Kabam, last year an estimated 850,000 crystals were acquired this way. That's an incredible amount, and that's an incredible amount of fraudulent means, and also the fact that people were incredibly lazy and allowed, and kind of like bought into this stuff. Damn. But people do that. People do be doing that. So it causes an issue. There's the other part of the issue to this one, and we'll talk about how this impacts non-spending in details. Before, the reason I wanted to get this video out probably about an hour to 2 hours ago, but there's a lack of information, and it's very important to non-spending players or free-to-play players. It's like it's quintessentially like the most important thing. Lastly, and due to recent changes to the early game, players can now spin up accounts and earn thousands of units. I mean, we've talked about that. I mean, look, you know, I've done like guides on this stuff. I'm not the first to have done guides on this particular thing. Number one, it's been around for years, and number two, there was a bit of a big push with some people in particular last year who made kind of like, you know, content specifically on this topic. But you know, that's it. These things happen, but at the same time, Kabam put this in place. It's very good for those that are non-spending to kind of like work towards these particular things, because look, Non-spending trying to compete with spenders is so difficult, and the divide between spenders and people that will get in the rank in the gifting event is one of the reasons people are making these alternate accounts in order to do this. Which obviously Command aren't making any money from that particular method of for free-to-play trying to stay competitive. And this is why you see a lot of people like Brian Grant and a few other people going like, right, well, look, I'm done with trying to be competitive with this game. It is what it is. I'm just going to try and enjoy it on my own terms, because being in the rat race is just such a stinker when you're so far behind on matters. I mean, look, you know, somebody spent like $10,000 to get a rank 4 6-star back in December of 2021. So it just goes to show you of like the big divides here. In any case, moving on, the intention behind this is to enable new players. Yep, so just making a new account is kind of causing that issue to the imbalance of these particular things, which Kabam are looking to kind of deal with. But I think we need to just jump to, look, that's why Kabam are doing it. What do they plan to put in place? And I still have questions even after this. So what can we expect? The holiday season's new event will take place in the gifting event. The event will have some similarities to the older one, but will not include gifting crystals at all. Disappointing, but we're going to come back to that particular point. We don't have all the details of the event just yet, but let's look at what details we do have. We know some players have spent a lot of time making new accounts to earn units for this event, so you will be able to gift consumables. You don't want those hours spent, blah, blah, blah. So you'll be able to spend and shift over some units from one account to the other. You'll be able to send kudos to alliance mates or friends. I guess this is similar to the Lunar New Year event, where it doesn't mean anything. You get pockets and whatever. It's either good or bad. Kudos will be divided into a number of categories and will each represent different accolades. If you acquire enough kudos, you can earn a new title, even more. You might find yourself an event-themed profile pic as well. It's only tradable, kind of like titleage currency. Will it be similar to like the thing that we got in game at the moment with the store, like the number system? Not to say it will or won't, but it's kind of like maybe it'll kind of like for how the Happy Camper store works. I don't know. Just a guess at this means of time. But this brings me on to like the kind of the main point, and like, look, we don't know in this what's happening with this event. There's no rank reward anymore, so there's a massive deficit of spicy meta rewards. Just think about that: the gifting event rank, the alliance event rank. So those are going. So there's no big spicy like event for December. That's weird. It's honestly very weird, because you'd be like, what? Well, I'd love to get some of the kind of like amazing kind of 6 stars you can get a good rank, get some, you know, rank 4 6-star materials that are extra than the standard event, which is pitched right here. Like those two type of rank things, alliance rank, solo rank for the gifting event, doesn't seem there's anything pitched to replace that. So what's happening to those rewards? That's one of the biggest things that a lot of players look forward to in December. Unless Kabam are giving those out for free, then please, but I doubt they are. The next point is the great gifting crystals have always provided some of the most desirable rewards in the game, but also they have provided a lot of money to Kabam at the same time. Or lack of, it seems, with ill-gotten gains. But that's why, obviously, you know, what's that? That could be equivalent of like $1 million, maybe more than that, maybe like $2 million, $3 million of lost revenue from Kabam. So, you know, I mean, that's probably one of the reasons they're tackling this. A new crystal will take its place. It will provide a similar caliber of rewards, but will not be giftable. So this is one of the things I'm yet to find out any kind of information about. I'm sure that it will kind of come to light whenever Kabam will kind of like to. Funny enough, whilst I'm recording this, I just thought I'd check to see if there's any response from Kabam or something. And I love the way I've just seen that someone from Cam and said potentially it could be about nearly $10 million worth of lost revenue. Just that, I mean, look, if that didn't like kind of like make you kind of think that Kabam are doing this to kind of make sure that they're saving the money they lost, this is one of the key reasons. They are losing out money as a result of this. And I'm sure that with the last year that things haven't been too great with the performance side of things. But, you know, people be spending still in game. So, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong with that one. My biggest concern with this is the amount of units players are saving. One of the questions I was hoping to have answered before I make this video is it actually worth saving units as a non-spending player or any kind of player to get some of these crystals. So like the question would need to be answered against this. Like if you go in game right now and go, okay, if you go to your crystal tab, am I going to see in the crystal tab in December a crystal that says 300 units and I get to buy a festive crystal? Is there going to be a festive crystal there? Is there going to be, I don't know, a whatever the name kind of crystal there for me to pick up that has all of the spicy things that look a little bit like this, all this lovely stuff here, from tier 3 alpha fragments to tier 6 basic fragments to getting potentially Wolverine Weapon X as a 6-star? Is all that stuff gonna be there? That is the question, and so far that's not been answered, so that's the disappointing side of things. Also, seeing Kudos reminds me of the game I play as a secondary game, which is Fall Guys, which is on the second channel. So go and check out that. But, you know, because you get Kudos for winning. In any case, it doesn't mean anything on Fall Guys, and I don't know if it's going to mean anything on this particular new meta event. But yeah, like that's really the thing that, you know, I know it says it. We wanted to provide this information as early as possible to allow you to make educated decisions in the lead up to the holiday season. But the biggest thing with that is, like, I find there's a lack of information. I think it's good what they're doing to tackle. I mean, Kabam, you know, they said, we've given up trying to make this a secure event, right? They're also trying to make sure the damage limitation of the money loss has been, is being, like, dealt with. But the lack of information is concerning. And I know that they're not giving away much of this particular event. But as I said, the main thing for me is, like, I'm saving up 18,000 units for Cyber Weekend. It's the unknown now, between now and the end of the year, what I do. Like, am I saving up these units in vain? Because I plan to do 18,000 units for the Cyber Weekend. What was the gifting event? I was planning to save up 12,000 units that I'm grinding for free. Now, what will happen to those 12,000 units? If Kabam are saying that you are not able to, like, the trading thing is there, like, am I able to buy individual stuff? Will there be progression based when it comes to these crystals? Will it be, as I said, that you'll go into game, go, oh, hang on, where's the festive crystal? Oh yeah, there's the festive crystal for 300 units. Boom, let's buy it. Let's buy a load of them. And still, we'd have the same problem that it will be overinflating accounts. Fraudulent accounts will be made. I'm talking credit card fraud will still be a thing for this particular element, and I'm sure that there'll be some things within it that'll be a problem. But what is this really to tackle? Is this to tackle, like, you know, removing the rank? No more spicy rewards? Don't know. Lots of questions still need to be answered on this particular subject. What are your thoughts? Put it in the comment section down below. I do agree with some of the reasons it has been kind of removed and cancelled, especially from the problems that it has had in the past. But I still have more questions to what's happening with this crystal replacement. That's the only thing I'm interested in. Is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? And at the same time, what's replacing those ranked spicy rewards of Alliance and solo progression wise? Again, more questions that need answers. We'll have to see what happens in the future. Thoughts in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching. Check out some other content located on screen. Bye bye for now.